Good morning, everybody. So this video today, again, just being completely transparent, is being recorded on Sunday morning, which is obviously a few days before it is released on YouTube. And this weather is fantastic. However, it does encourage daytime drinking, which normally turns into nighttime drinking, which then normally leads to an episode of the Corona Diaries being pumped out live around about Wednesday, me feeling a little bit worse for wear. So again, energy levels hovering around 4 out of 10 this morning. Today's subject is something that I thought was unique to me. I thought that I was just possibly a little bit strange, possibly wired a little bit differently. And then I watched the incredible Michael Jordan documentary called The Last Dance. And that's on Netflix. If you're a fan of basketball, you have to watch it. If you're not, Anna sat there and watched 10 episodes with me, not knowing what was going on during the footage of the games, but really, really enjoying it. Fascinating story. One of the greatest sports teams of all time, the Chicago Bulls, during Jordan's reign. And just a very, very interesting watch. And obviously, a lot of people say that Jordan, is the best to ever do it. One of the greatest athletes of all time. He's got to be in the top 5 of any sport of all time. The way he played the game, the way he transitioned the game. So these are the kind of people which I find the most fascinating, because to be the very best at anything, it takes a certain type of person and it takes a certain type of mindset, and it requires a different way of thinking in anything, in anything if you're the best. I really believe that. And there are a lot of messages and ideas that you can draw from people like Michael Jordan. Just because you are an electrician doesn't mean that you can't take some of the advice that made him the best basketball player of all time. And that is one of the main reasons I love watching documentaries about people like him. And towards the end of the documentary, he tells this famous story of a game. And there was a new rookie, like a new guy to the league, and it was his first year, and he showed a lot of promise, this other kid. I've actually completely forgot his name now, but it's not that relevant to the message this morning. So this kid had a really good game, and they were playing them back to back, so twice. So they played, I think it might have been in Philadelphia, and then the next game was against the same team. And this kid was kind of almost, goading Michael Jordan. He was almost saying, I'm here now. And as I said, Michael Jordan had a really bad game, and this rookie had the game of his life. And I think he ended up with 19, 20 points, and I think Jordan only ended up with 7 or 8. And obviously anyone can have a bad day, even the greatest of all time. And then after the game, Michael tells all his teammates and everybody around him that after the game, when they were walking off the court, this kid said to him, "Nice game, Mike," taking the piss. So then it was, Michael publicised the fact, told everybody, told his coach, told all his friends, it's on when we go back there. Second game, I think the rookie, I think he got about 4 points. Michael Jordan, I think, got about 64. So he shut him down. he shut him up as well. But the really interesting thing about this story is, as the season went on, it became more and more kind of common knowledge that this rookie was really disrespectful to Michael Jordan. And one of the press, said to him, listen, you can't diss the greats. You can't say to the greatest player of all time, "Nice game, Mike." can't take the piss like that. It's almost disrespectful. You've got to earn your stripes before you can talk like that. And this kid turns around and says, I didn't say anything. I did not say a word to him afterwards. So then it was all kind of, did he, didn't he? Is he just a bit ashamed he said it? Is he a bit embarrassed that he got absolutely hammered the next game? And at the end of the season, Michael Jordan came out and said, no, he didn't. He didn't say a word. I made it up. Now, you might think that's mental. I actually think that's genius. And I actually think you can get something from this. And it is, I suppose I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit, something that I do. If I know maybe somebody isn't that fond of me, or if I know that somebody deep down isn't really rooting for me, I like throw petrol on it. I like make stuff up. I pretend that it's worse than it is. And I do that, I hope not because I'm slightly psychopathic. I do that because it's that fuel that when the going gets tough, as we spoke about, and when the novelty starts to wear off, and when you're in the trenches and you feel as though you're fighting a losing or uphill battle, you need to create as much energy as possible. And I find this possibly not one that you go around telling everybody about, but I find this a really interesting and effective tactic to get you through and push you on. So give it a go, give it a go on your own, in secret. But if you know somebody, isn't really that fond of you, create a little war, a little competition in your mind. And bring that to the surface when you need it and push on and get things done the way they need to be done. Because, let's all be honest. Proving people wrong is a great thing. And if we're honest about that, we can really use that to our advantage. So I'll catch up tomorrow and I hope you've enjoyed today. Cheers. Bye-bye.